So Arsenal are playing Brentford tomorrow, and in this video we're going to touch on some things that I'm not hearing everybody speak about this game. This game should be easy on paper, but there's also some things that we need to be aware of, and definitely some things that I want to get your guys' opinions on. Before we get into it though, I'm going to ask you one very quick favour. Please just hit like on this video. So as always with these kind of match breakdowns, I just want to ask you your score prediction, and whoever gets it right in the breakdown video after the game, I will flash up on screen who's able to get it right. We didn't have anybody get it right for the last game. So very quickly, just let me know your Arsenal versus Brentford score prediction for tomorrow night. Look, I want to start this off by kind of just bringing in a conversation that I had today. I was at the barber's and one of the guys, you know, we were speaking about Arsenal, speaking about football, and he was a rival fan, and he was saying, like, you must be getting tired of Mikel Arteta. Like, he has to win something this season or you need to get rid of him. And I think so many rival fans have that opinion, and I understand it because it's an opinion that's building in the fan base, but I'm not ready to admit that yet with Mikel Arteta. I know we have to win something, but I'm not ready to say if we don't win anything this season, he has to go. And the guy kind of said, look, you're past the infatuation phase now with Mikel Arteta. And I was kind of thinking, infatuation phase? The only thing that comes to my mind when I hear that is, Mikel, I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon. We're past the infatuation phase. And I'm just thinking, I ain't ready to say to Mikel Arteta, you have to win something this season, otherwise we're kicking you out the door. I understand it's a mind frame that a lot of people are now adopting because there's frustration surrounding Arsenal. And I say all that to say this. This is a game that we should win. Very simply, Arsenal versus Brentford is a game that Arsenal should win. And if they don't, the noise surrounding Mikel Arteta will only increase. It's natural. People are starting to get frustrated now because we've been so close for the past 2 seasons that this is probably the season that you have to win it. Look, but there's games you're looking at that you can say Arsenal should have won that game. Like Arsenal, yes, we should beat Brentford tomorrow. But Arsenal also should have beat Fulham. Arsenal should have beat Everton. Arsenal should have beat Newcastle. A Newcastle team this season that is struggling. So yes, Arsenal should beat Brentford, but it's not guaranteed. But there is some good news surrounding this. If you're looking at Brentford's current form, they're not great. Their past 5 games, they've won 1, lost 1, drawn... No, what have they done? They won 1, lost 3, and drawn 1. In the last 4 games, they've scored 2 goals. So this isn't a team that Arsenal should be looking at and saying this team's going to pose us problems. Every team, you kind of have to say with that, look, this is a Premier League team, so of course they're going to be good. I understand that. But Arsenal should be blowing Brentford away. I'm not looking at this and I'm not going to break it down in any great detail and say they've got Mbeumo, they've got this player that's going to be very, very dangerous. We know every team is going to have some good players. But Arsenal's players should be way better than Brentford's player. It's as simple as that. We need to come to the realisation that Brentford is a team that Arsenal should be beating. That's the way I'm looking at this game. Look, Arsenal's team this season is not performing at the level that they can be. And I think there's a number of reasons. Injuries have not helped us. We've got Saka out now. We've had Odegaard out before that. We've missed Gabriel for parts of this season. But an injury to a player that I'm not being heard spoke about enough is Benny White. Ben White missing from this Arsenal team has caused such a big problem. It's a huge miss for Arsenal. He's kind of like a unsung hero. He's so important to what Arsenal need to do. And I don't think people speak about it enough. It's kind of like, well, we've got Timber. Some people see Timber as having a similar ability to Ben White. So they think he's just going to slot in and do the role as well as Ben White. I don't think that. Look, in my opinion, Ben White at the minute is miles ahead of Jurriën Timber. And I like Timber. Ben White's absence, I've not been heard spoke about nowhere near enough. I think it's massively important for Arsenal to get Ben White back as quick as they can. I think that we will see an improvement when we see Ben White come back. The things that Ben White can do with a football, not just going forward, defensively as well. His mentality, the things he does on set pieces to help the set pieces even more. He's a nuisance. And the quicker Ben White gets back, the more excited I'm going to be to watch Arsenal play, 100%. Look, if we draw this game, we're going to be level on points with Nottingham Forest, and that's not good enough. You can never look at Arsenal and say, oh, God, if we don't win this game, we're going to be level on points with Nottingham Forest. If we lose this game, we're going to be behind Nottingham Forest, which is a position which we currently find ourselves in. Nottingham Forest have been doing brilliant this season, but we shouldn't be competing with Nottingham Forest. Liverpool is the team we need to be aiming for. Liverpool, when we play this game, will still have a game in hand. And look, they got to play on the weekend. They got Man United on the weekend, and you don't know what you're going to get from Man United. We need them to do us a favour. It's a derby with that game, so you never know what's going to happen. Like, you could have Man United turn, like we've seen it with Arsenal. Man United have been playing rubbish, then all of a sudden, for one game, they'll play like Real Madrid, prime Real Madrid. You'll have Rashford taking on 3 players and banging one in the top corner. We need to pray something like that happens. Is it going to happen? I don't know. All I can be is optimistic that Man United will get a result against Liverpool this weekend. But first of all we have to do is beat Brentford. The team that I would go for to ensure this happens is David Raya. You probably do have to play Timber at right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly. I want to see him played in this game again because he deserves it. He's been playing so well that I want to see this run of form continue from Miles Lewis Skelly. And I like the fact that he stamped his name on that team sheet. Now that we have had Calafiori back for a little bit, it will be interesting to see if Mikel Arteta switches and goes for Calafiori, who he's played there before. But with the form of Miles Lewis Skelly, I think it would be a shame to see him dropped for this game. Let me know if you guys agree on this. Thomas Partey in number 6. I'd have Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard. On the right, there will be a difference of opinion. Some people would have Jesus. Some people would have NWANERI. I said in the last video, I expect Martinelli to be given one more game to show what he can do. He does need to improve, and I think he will. Look, Martinelli, I really rate as a player. I saw a comment on my last video saying Martinelli has 0 football IQ. I think he can be so good. I think he's lacking confidence. I think when you get yourself in a rut, it's very hard to get yourself out of it. But all it takes is one moment or two or a couple of games where you play well and you think, right, I've got a bit of form behind me. I don't have to worry about what people are thinking. I don't have to worry about if the manager's wondering if I'm good enough or not. Just play football, concentrate on playing football. So I would like to see Martinelli be played because I still think he can do a role. I think he still can be good enough for Arsenal, but he does have to start improving if we're being honest. Another option that I wouldn't mind seeing there is NWANERI. I think he's ready. So many of you guys think he's ready. That's shown in the comments of the last video. I think NWANERI was voted as the player that most people want to see on that right-hand side. And I understand it. So if I see NWANERI on that team sheet tomorrow, again, I will be excited to see how he performs because I want to see him play more games. On the left-hand side, I think it's going to be Trossard. Up front, I think you're going to go back to Kai Havertz. I think Jesus had a chance in the last game to continue his goal-scoring form, and he didn't score. So football can be brutal at times. If you're not scoring, someone else gets their chance. If Havertz plays there and he doesn't score, then he needs to get changed for Jesus, and he needs to be given a chance again. That's what these good teams do. You rotate players until you find a player who's in form, and when he starts playing well and scoring, you continue to play him. So in this game, I go for Kai Havertz, and then I bring Jesus off the bench to show what he can do. But this isn't just me speaking to you guys and telling you what I would do. Let me know your team selections. Who would you pick? And what is your score prediction? For me, I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Arsenal. Away from home, it's probably going to be fairly difficult. But like I said, Brentford aren't in the best form in the world at the minute. And I expect Arsenal to go there and win comfortably enough. But let me know your score prediction, team selection, what you're thinking about Mikel Arteta as well, if you like, in the comment section. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, if you could, like I said, do me a very quick favour. It's absolutely free. Just hit like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.